What is up, everyone? Wanted to make this video here. Something that I try to do, like when my fingers are hurting, is I actually try to play slide because you can use your fingers and make still chords if you use a slide on your pinky. I have a problem. I need to get a smaller slide to be able to use it on my pinky. But when the tip, when you're first starting off, and your fingertips get really sore from doing all this, sometimes you can't play. But if you play slide, if you practice with a slide, you don't need your fingertips again unless you're going to be playing chords or something like that. So I just wanted to make this quick slide video. Again, I suck at slide. It's something I've always wanted to learn how to do. So whenever I'm feeling like in a rut or I want to try something different, I start to play slide. Now this guitar is it's tuned for slide. It's an open G tuning. So basically, it's like a G chord when you play it open. The notes are D, G, D, G, B, D. And there's other open tunings you can do. You can even use a slide in standard. It just sounds kind of cool. Sounds kind of cool in the open G. I know the Rolling Stones use open G a lot. Keith Richards uses open G. The Allman Brothers used open E tuning. So since I have these extra guitars, I have an acoustic over here that's standard tuning. Well, standard tuning a half step down that I always keep it at. And I just figured this acoustic, there's no point in having two acoustics of the same tuning. So I use this guitar for slide, and then that other one just for playing notes and stuff. I don't really do much sliding on electric. It's a little bit more difficult because of the my action is super low, and it's just I'm just not very good at it. I know you can do it. I mean, I've seen videos of guys that their action is this far away from the fretboard, and they're just sliding all over the place. So I have a couple of different slides here. I just wanted to show you. This one is a brass metal slide here. I've had this one this is the first slide I ever got. So this is 20 years old. This one. I got this one the other day. This is a blues bottle slide from Dunlop, I think. It's kind of cool. It's like an old medicine bottle from the 60s or whatever. Replica, obviously not from the 60s, but it's got kind of a different tone. It's a little big for me. I have small fingers, so it's a little big for me, but I'd like to get a pinky one so I can practice. I'm actually going to make one, but it sounds kind of cool too. So kind of cool. So I got those two slides, and then I have this other one that I've had for about 20 years too. This glass, regular glass slide. It kind of fits on my pinky. It's still a little big. I know they make pinky ones that I want to get. I'm just not good at sliding with my pinky yet because I haven't done it enough. But the cool thing about open G tuning is that you can it's a chord. It sounds cool just open, and then you can use one finger bar chords. Kind of cool. I know there's some other things you can do, I believe I forget. No, one of these. Yeah, that's like a Rolling Stones. What is that? Brown Sugar, I think it goes. It's just like an A shape. It's a bar chord with an A shape, like this. And he just basically lifts off and hammers on. Like that, I believe that's how it goes. Something like that. There's all kinds of cool stuff you can do. One string chords, like that. But again, I'm not very good at slide. I just was sitting here and I wanted to, I haven't played it in a while. I wanted to give my fingertips a break. Sometimes you just like to play different stuff. So, but the cool thing about slide is, you know, you can, you just mess around with it. I mean, you don't have to do any finger chords. Now, the reason why a lot of people use it on their pinky as opposed to their, like when I first started learning how to play slide, again, I'm not very good at it, but the very first time I picked it up, I used it on my ring finger just because it felt the most comfortable. But then as I started, you know, watching other slide players, they keep it on their pinky, and I'm like, why would you do that? Well, then you can still play chords in, you know, when you're sliding, you can still do like the, and you don't have to worry about the slide. So something to keep in mind if you're going to be doing chords. But if you're just going to do regular slides, I'm still partial to the brass one, the metal one, just because it's the first one I had, and it gives a different sound, you know, like it's kind of cool. So just mess around with it, you know, see if it's something that you like. I mean, they're super cheap. You can even make one. I'm going to try to make one out of a wine bottle here pretty soon. Specifically probably for my pinky. And what I've been using for the tuning, I have a video on this. If you look on my page, I don't have that many videos, so it's just a review on this Snark tuner, but this is what I use real quick. So the kind of the crappy thing for me is that because I'm like partially tone deaf, I can't tune by ear. So those of you who can, it's actually pretty easy to get into open G tuning. The first string is D, which is already a string down here. So if you just match them, you know, you're good to go. Oh, this one's a little bit out, I think. Yep. But the Snark, this Snark is just made life a lot easier for me. See? And then you're just basically, you tune it D, G, D, G. So the first four string, or however you want to look at it, the first four strings from the top are basically the same, D, G, D, G. And then the fifth one is B, and then the sixth one is D again, because, you know, these two are the same. So it's kind of cool. You know, have fun with it. Just try it out. You don't have to do chords and stuff if you don't want, but you can. One of the famous, like a lot of blues players will play up to the 12th fret, that octave note. The trick I found with slide that I have a hard time with, especially why it doesn't work good on my pinky, is because in order to play, you have to, you know, keep your fingers back here. You kind of have to mute the strings before the slide. And the slide, I can't, when I use my pinky, I can't make good contact with the strings. Because if you push too hard, it doesn't sound good. So that's like the trick that I've been trying to get with the, see how it's like just, I can't get good. I can't get good connection, so I need to practice more. But I'd like to get a different slide, one that actually fits around my pinky better. This one almost does, and I know you can put stuff inside of it to make it tight. But I might just get like one of those little silver ones. But I just want to make that quick video. You know, something, if slide guitar or blues stuff even, you know, interests you, you may want to, you know, try that when you're, you know, if you get. Because I know sometimes I'll be practicing scales and trying to learn songs and stuff, and it just gets frustrating. I don't want to say it gets boring, but it just gets very repetitive. So, you know, maybe try something different. But even if you don't want to use a slide, you know, try different tuning. Change it up a little bit. Now, of course, if you do that, your scales and stuff from standard tuning are not going to sound good like an A minor pentatonic. Sounds kind of cool on some of the strings, but most of them. See, it just doesn't sound good. So you kind of have to relearn your scales, or you got to know the notes, you know, like even the E scale, the E minor. Sounds terrible. So you kind of got to throw all that stuff out the window. If you're going to be using open tunings, you got to relearn and do like what's the method? Like the whole step, half step. So it's like something like that. I forget. But I play mostly slide in here in this tuning, and I haven't really done it enough where I'm like doing scales and stuff like that. I want to learn, definitely. See, it sounds cool here. That sounds kind of cool, but I don't think it'll sound, yeah, it doesn't sound good, so you'd have to go. So just have fun with it. I appreciate you guys watching. Any questions, let me know. And I appreciate you guys taking time. Thanks.